Story 1. My husband's 4 years old daughter from previous marriage died, and I feel my own marriage is over. My husband is an airline pilot. He was married before and had a 4 years old daughter. They divorced right after she was born. We met shortly after, and it was like in a movie. I was a passenger on his flight, and that flight was delayed. And he was there with the crew, and we spoke for almost an hour, exchanged social media, and the very same evening we hooked up. But even though it usually doesn't work, we stayed together, and very soon we got married. So it started like a fairy tale, but it turned into a nightmare. I knew about his daughter. I saw her a couple of times. She died unexpectedly 10 months ago. He has changed so much. He became almost skinny and developed a huge problem with drinking. Because of this, he lost his job. He was a captain, but he doesn't even seem to care. I love him so much and I want to help him. I cook what he likes to eat, but he just doesn't. He snaps at me, then apologies. He cries a lot when alone. We still have sex sometimes if he initiates, but it's so meaningless and empty. It happened only 6 times in the past 10 months. I understand. I don't blame him. I want to help, but have no idea how. I feel I am way too young for this. I'm just 24. We have a significant age gap as he is 40, but we got along so well. Aviation was his biggest passion, and I try to motivate him with that, but he doesn't care. He drinks so much and I cry so much, and then I feel guilty because I understand that he lived through a huge tragedy. He blames himself for not being a part of his daughter's life, as he was always away. How to help? I suggested therapy, but he yelled at me to leave him alone. Then he felt sorry and apologized. I am in a dark place, but for him is worse. How to make him feel better and make him stop drinking? I am afraid he will start using other substances too. Woman in question says, you will never be able to wave a magic wand and make him feel better. His only child has died. This problem is too big for you to solve by yourself. Your husband needs time, a support system, and therapy to deal with the death of his only child. Black Brant Scare says, aviation industry is very hostile to people who try getting help. It could get your license revoked or lifetime ban. All because some idiot with history crashed a plane on a mountain, so now everyone with history are treated like that guy. A lot of people choose to suffer over losing the only income and livelihood or lifelong effort. He do still need help though. At least something that does not go on his record. But first thing is he have to figure out that he need to get his issue fixed. You can't help people who don't want help. Old car worshiper says, grief is an incredibly complex thing. The best you can do is be there to support him through his darkest days. However, that does not mean that you have to tolerate him abusing or neglecting you. Let him know that you'll be there for him however you can, but that you won't tolerate any mistreatment. Story 2. I have been hooking up with an older man, and it changed my life. I 21F met this older man 35M at my job. I am a beverage cart girl at a country club golf course. We have been having a casual sexual relationship. He is single, has no kids, and never married. I've only had sexual experiences with one other person, my ex who is the same age as me, and the sex was so bad I thought I might be asexual. He never made sure I finished, and it was overall just lackluster. But now I have been hooking up with this older man, and he's exactly my type. He looks like Tom Selleck in Magnum PI if he had tattoos. Our first encounter was when he bought a beer from me on the golf course, and I was feeling bold that week, so I did a bit of flirting. He asked for my number, and a couple days later, I was at his house. The man literally cooked me a steak dinner, and then we danced to jazz music. After this, we had sex, and oh my God, I never knew sex could be like this. This man was picking me up, throwing me every which way, and I was living for it. On top of that, he made sure I finished first. And the aftercare, oh my God. The pet names too, he called me a good girl, and I think my knees gave out. We have hooked up 4 times this month, and each time was better than the last. I'm sorry for sharing this here, but I had to get this off my chest, and I'm too embarrassed to tell anyone IRL. Letterhead Correct 276 says, Brat summer is over, it's age gap autumn. Palmtastic says, Tom Selleck Accord A says, 35M is older man, damn sad, thanks for watching, I love you. Follow Reddit Echoes for more.